If you're like me, you'll probably like looking through the YouTube comment section, if for no other reason than to see what those miscreants are posting and memeing about their favorite YouTubers. Well, recently, I discovered something that started off as weird and then honestly turned kind of dark and crappy. And that is the fact that YouTube comment sections are garbage and unusable. Let me explain. So, I was watching a YouTuber, MatPat, and his food theory channel the other day. Something I partake in every once in a while. I enjoy his content. And I scrolled through the comment section just because I wanted to see what people were memeing about in the video. The video in question is, Does Water Have a Sound? The latest video as of uploading. And the comment sections got pretty weird pretty quick. The top comment, and the first one I clicked, was just saying MatPat is slowly going insane from covering controversial things to now water talking. A pretty reasonable comment, I might say. But the second comment caught my attention. The second comment said, link to this clip. They finally released it. Now, the first thought that ran through my head when I read this is, what the hell is this? Am I going to be rickrolled in 2022? Well, sadly, it's worse. It's a song I've heard many of time, and a song at least 4 million other people have. That song in question, the intro song for the YouTube channel Fantastic Flavors. Now, as of recording, they have 14.9 thousand subscribers. Not too bad. I'm not going to criticize that. I love that. But there's something weird. You see, their top video has over 4 million views. Now, why is that? The video in question is Make Air-Fried Potato Wedges Easy and Simple. Something I would honestly click normally. But there's something weird about this video. You see, it's in YouTube comment sections everywhere. Now, surely this recipe is being shared for good reasons, because it's a good recipe, right? And not because there are bots spamming it. Well, I suspected the latter, but I had no way to prove it, other than, every comment that's posting it being the exact same. So, I did what any good man would do, and that's I went down to my kitchen and I tested out the recipe, to see if it actually worked. Now, to pass Justin, to see how it went. Now, I just gave these potatoes a nice wash, and now the recipe calls for us to peel them, make them skinless. Now, personally, I always prefer skin on my potato wedges, but we're not testing my personal opinions here today. We are testing the recipe on YouTube. So, I'll peel these all and meet you on the cutting end. But now comes the cutting part. Still a little bit of skin left on there. Now, the cutting part is not as easy, because there are certain shapes you can want your wedges in. Now, I'm going to show you what I've always done for potato wedges. A little different than the video. I've always done them this way. You have them, and then cut each half into 1/6. Now, this has always worked out well for me, but the video wants you to do it a little bit of a different way. So, from what I've gathered from watching the video, is they want you to cut it more like this. And whilst that is certainly a way you can cut your potato wedges, I personally prefer this first way, but it pretty much gets you the same result. So I'm going to cut all these and I'll meet you over at the pot. So, we got our pot of water here. Oh, kick the pot. So, we got our pot of water here, and we got our potato wedges nice and cut. I tried to cut them all in a somewhat similar shape, so they don't take too much longer, each of them, to cook. We're just going to put those into the pot. And now, turn our warmer to high. Cover them. Put in a tablespoon of salt, and we're going to let them boil for about 15 minutes. So this is where the recipe gets really interesting. I don't think I've ever put anything with just raw flour on it in the air fryer before, but we're going to start with 1/4 cup of flour. She uses, or they, I actually don't know their gender, so let's just stick with they. Use a tablespoon of corn flour with 3 tablespoons of regular flour. I don't have that, so we're just using 3 tablespoons of regular flour, or 4 tablespoons of flour in total. Some onion powder mixed in there, or some garlic powder rather. A bit of oregano. And finally, a bit of paprika. So, we have our coating station here set up. You can see some craggly bits here on the potatoes. Look at those in frame. You can see those craggly bits. That is a normal and expected. That's actually the beauty of this type of method for potatoes. I've tried methods similar to this, but never quite this way before, which is why I'm interested to see, is this most viral recipe actually going to be good? So let's get these coated in that flour mixture that we made earlier. Again, this flour mixture is paprika, salt, a little bit of pepper, a bit of oregano, and a bit of garlic powder. And of course, well, flour. So I'm going to keep tossing this, getting those potatoes to be nice and covered in flour. I will see you on the other end. So we got them both set up here now. One more coat of oil on them. That way the batter actually acts like a batter and not as a flour mixture. And put them in the air fryer now for 15 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see how they come out. Holy shit, these actually look decent. Like, I am shocked. What the heck? I'm gonna give them a minute to cool down, but like, if this recipe actually works, maybe using thousands of spam bots is a good idea. Okay, so let's try them. I mean, they look coated and almost fried. Okay, so you don't taste that it's flour. That's good. That was my number one concern going into this. Not enough seasoning. That's my big concern. This is white people food. There's not enough seasoning on this. Like, this needs like 5 times more salt, 5 times more pepper. Anything could save this outside of that. If you want to follow this recipe and just add more salt and pepper, or any other seasoning, do it. This is legitimately, tastes actually decent. I'm shocked. Wow. Back to past Justin, I guess. So, I can confidently say, after eating the rest of those potato wedges, they're fine. As I said back then, they're really just mediocre. The technique is interesting, I guess you could say, if you've not already heard of it, which I, at this time, have not. Really, the only interesting question I have is, why is this recipe being spammed? There's nothing interesting about this. Is this a ploy by the channel to try to gain as many subscribers as possible? Maybe, but it's a pretty crappy one. You think you do that with an actual good recipe, not this mediocre thing. So, what's going on here? Well, to figure out what's going on here, we need to look at an arguably more dark video that I found in the YouTube comment section. You see, right under that first video was another video entitled, "Hey guys, here's a video on how I met MatPat." And as one does when they see a shady link in a YouTube comment section, you click it. And what I saw blew my goddamn mind. I'm just going to show you like the first 10 seconds of this to give you an idea of what's in store. That's right. It is a green Roblox character walking through a mountain, expressing their support for notorious misogynist Andrew Tate. Now, this just blew my fucking mind. Why would this be posted anywhere? First off, who actually has this opinion outside of edgy meme lords who are 15? And if you are an edgy meme lord that are 15, why are you playing Roblox? Go and use the F-slur in COD lobbies. That's what most edgy 15-year-olds do. Don't play Roblox, and don't use a green character at that. Now, I want to look at some of his points here. I know the Andrew Tate death. Now, I want to look at some of his points here. I know the Andrew Tate hammer has been beaten to death a million times, but I think it's still worth it to look at why someone would feel the need that this video needs to be paid to bots to be spread out and around the internet. Now, the first part is he knows how to respect women. Have you ever watched an Andrew Tate video, my good sir? If you have, you would know that is simply not true. Point 2, haters are jealous. While I am a hater, I gotta say, I'm not that jealous. Number 3, he is better than all YouTubers. Really? I'm gonna put a list right here as to all the YouTubers that I think are better than him. This is, no, not even all. This is just a top 5. 5 YouTubers I think are better than him. There. Simple. Easy. He really is just a garbage human being, somehow having found an audience. Now, at this point, he's just saying the quiet part out loud by straight up saying men are better than women. If that's what you want to believe, you have no respect for me and a lot of other people. Now, the next point is Andrew is a businessman and professional. He owns a business, sure, but a professional, I was at this point in the video I started wondering, is this a troll or not? Because honestly, if it is, there's a lot of money to spend to have this spammed everywhere for a troll. But if it's not, that's arguably even more interesting. Gosh, look how sexy he is. Yes, Andrew Tate, the epitome of male sex appeal. At this point, I'm just going to show you the next, 30 seconds of this video, because this is insane. Whether it is a troll or not, this is absolutely insane. Just have a look. Now, I'm just going to ignore some of the stuff he said there, but a lot of people in the comments seem to be taking this guy seriously, in that he actually believes this stuff and they're making fun of him for it. So, it has me wondering, does this man really, let's be honest, does this probably young tween boy honestly believe what he's saying? If so, that's really scary, that's also being spread around in the YouTube comment section. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about real quick before we end the video, and that's all these channels that have some variation of a sub for sub in their title. Now, if you don't know what sub for sub was a thing done back in the day on Instagram profiles, Tumblr, or even YouTube, where it'd say, hey, I'll subscribe to you if you subscribe to me. Now, a lot of these channels are doing that now. They're having their channel name be, subscribe to me and I'll subscribe to you. Right, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. The problem is, they're all probably just bots. I don't think a single one of these people actually thinks, or is actually a real person that is going to try to get big off of these titles on their channel name. If they are, that's really not how it works. If you truly want to get somewhere on YouTube, you need to put in a lot of effort and a lot of work. Something I'm doing right now. Look, at the end of the day, I have nothing against these kids who are just being stupid in comment sections, and I hope that kid who's shit posting about Andrew Tate hopefully finds help. The thing I do have a problem with is all these bots. YouTube has a serious bot infestation, and they need to put in some work to fix it. Do I have the answers? No. I'm just a simple 19-year-old here talking to a webcam and editing a video. But I hope somewhere out there at YouTube does have the answers, because this is getting to become a real epidemic. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, real quick, this is Justin like 3 days later after recording and now editing the video, and I just noticed that Gabby Bell posted a fairly similar video to what I'm talking about in this video, so I just want to give her a shout out, leave a link to her video in the comments below. She covers a lot of similar topics with the YouTube comment spam bots to me, so just go check out that video. It's really good. Bye.